Yeah, I get a ton of help from angels. I get a ton of help from gods because I am death. Death is grouchy and volatile and easily very scary. You remember that lady, Resurrection Mary? So there's a lady. She's a notorious lady. Okay. And this notorious lady always gets in a car and is so beautiful and so precious and sweet, and always sits in the car, and she's so beautiful and precious and sweet, and her love, her love, her love, and she always disappears. She is the sad, passive part of death. So she was never passive aggressive or any aggressive. She was just passive. And death becomes that sad, but you don't get it. She gets in that car over and over and over. She rides that car over and over and over. She's always so precious, and her precious love. And it's the saddest, drowning, sickening death you could ever watch. But if you don't know, you wouldn't know. And that's the real girl that will go into your car if you drive in that place where she always gets in the car and talks and disappears. And it's happened forever. Long time. And then there's a girl, Resurrection Mary. I named her Resurrection Mary. She's not some lady that died named Mary. I named her Resurrection Mary to celebrate my own resurrection when I got there. So she's a really, really sad, sad, sad death. She walks that cemetery and would make anyone want to cry and never stop crying when they're a psychic that understands what she's been through. And I named her Resurrection Mary to celebrate that my death will probably be the most impossible death to get through and resurrect from, but it will be the most legendary, biggest resurrection to ever exist. So I thought it would be fun to have a little reminder of my big resurrection when I get there. And now you will know why I would ever allow a statue to be called Mary. I did not allow the mockery. I let the devil and demons and evil god enemies believe in the mockery. So I let evil spiritual enemies create a mockery and call my statue Mary, as if Mary and Joseph could have a holy, sacred statue, which they wouldn't be able to earn for a very, very long time through very unlimited death and more. Because you'd have to die as a human in sacrificial reality a lot of times to be one death of an overloaded holy sacred Jesus, to earn titles that big and statues that honorable. But they could easily become saints or something. So I was believing in Mary. I was believing in Mary and Joseph because they are so untouchably, legendarily God's babies. And they were a dream mommy and daddy for Jesus if Jesus couldn't have God. So you wish they'd become saints. You hope and wish maybe they'll become saints, but you never know. The real reality is they couldn't be a statue. So I let evil enemies believe in the mockery up yours. But I'm the original Mary. So there was once a god. This legendary god became a Mary sacrificer and was the beginning of Mary type sacrificial existence. Gods have thought that I'm out of my mind or connecting to many gods believing many things because there have been Mary type statues and Mary type giants throughout existence everywhere. They didn't realize I'm the original one. I'm the first god that became a nothing to be a savior for everybody else. I was the first Mother Queen Mary, the first weeping, sorrowful Mother Queen Dead Mary. I was the first dead, bloody Mary. I was all the first Marys in existence. And how would you know that? And I'm just saying this out loud for gods or children of God to hang out through my queen, and just find out weird, fun, bizarre facts about gods and stuff. How would you know I'm all the original Mary stuff? And I was the first Mary. inside of my existence was a heart and a soul that beated ultimate mother, Bonnie Annika. So inside of every first Mary that has ever existed was a heart and soul that pumped Mother Queen Bonnie Annika. But nobody would have thought about it back then. And it wouldn't have occurred to anyone back then because there was no Bonnie Annika. My name as the original god was Eisne. So there was no Bonnie Annika. Bonnie Annika is a name I got later because I let my children pick their favorite names for me, which was Bonnie and Annika. So I became the legendary god Bonnie Annika to honor my children. When they got to play mommy and daddy of me, I let them pick their favorite dream names. They would name their mother/daughter pretend. So as I had to pretend to be the daughter of the gods I created, I let them dream and dream, and they created Bonnie, Bonnie, and Ba-Nee, and then Annika, Annika. And that's why Bonnie Annika. My original name as an original god, totally different. And how there is a Mary statue was not that the devil was always going to win. The Mary statue was the reality of how much you have to hide and lie to win.